Hello and welcome to a very special game show episode of Fun Bearable. Today is the debut of Psychic Trivia, the only game show that's ever existed in which the answers come before the questions. We are here at TESD Studios in beautiful New Jersey, and we are ready to record, joined by our special guests. We have Gitem Steve Dave.
Howdy all, how you stankin'?
And the judge, the man who separates the pretenders from the actual psychics, master debunker, Walt Flanagan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys for your time. We really appreciate you being on again. This is our first repeat. These are our first repeat guests.
Wow, that's true.
2 episodes of Fun Bearable.
That's true.
Very much appreciated.
No problem.
The way this very exciting game show is going to work is this. I will think of a question, and I will send out my psychic thoughts to our contestants, Ray, Chuck, and Gitem. They will write down their answers, then display their answers. Then I will say the question and answer, and they will justify what they wrote to Walt, who will then decide who is the most correct.
We all 3 of us, Gitem, myself, and Ray, claim to be psychics. Psychics, but 2 of us are imposters.
Right.
And so Brad and Walt are here to discern who is the true new psychic.
So is this to tell the truth then?
Yes.
Okay.
Or old psychic.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. So, you know, what if somebody is like a reincarnated wizard who has lived for 1,000 years and has amassed human knowledge?
Yes.
But chooses to appear like this?
Could be.
Could be.
Very
Is he
deceiving.
like really fat so he can store all of the knowledge on his body?
Could be. We don't know.
He swallowed a large bag of holding.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
In addition to the title of actual psychic that we'll be bestowing at the end of the episode, we're playing for a prize.
Ooh.
Now, one of these people knows what the prize is because one person is an actual psychic. So our first 2-point question is, what is the prize we're playing for?
Can I ask a quick question while you do that? Mr. Walt, sir.
Yes.
How do you feel about psychicry? Psychicnessologyism?
One of my real life heroes is James Randi.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Famous debunker.
yeah, so I don't know how harsh you want me to be. I don't know if you want me to go James Randi on your bottoms or you want me to go a little bit more softer and a little bit more like play along with this rod.
So does that mean when someone proves that they're actually psychic, you're going to give them $1 million?
Yeah. I was going to throw out a joke like me and you again, but you know what? I've spent way too much time with you. I won't do that to these guys.
I will say I would love for you to play along with this little charade.
Okay.
Halfway between play along and James Randi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a fun James Randi.
All right.
But no, I don't believe in psychics. I don't believe in people who could bend spoons. None of that nonsense.
Okay.
I don't even believe in UFOs
All right.
We could
or global warming.
Wait a minute.
Want to see me bend this pen?
And while we're at it, I've got some thoughts about the 2020 election.
Because I was thinking about this recently, like people that believe in ghosts, that are firm ghost believers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes the Venn diagram overlaps where they also firmly believe in aliens, and I don't think they extend it to alien ghosts. I don't think they do it, and I think if they do,
Well, the Scientologists
that's
do.
Scientology.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now we know. Now we know.
I will
right.
say, we were driving up yesterday, and Ray brought up a concern in that both Chuck and Gitem know Walt.
Yes. Yeah, I'm at a deficit here. Yeah.
So he thinks we could play you.
Why do you think you're at a deficit?
Because you are the arbiter of the answers and how close they are.
Master debunker,
And
yep.
because Chuck and Gitem have more experience with you, they could possibly know what argument works best with you.
It's true, but I think it works in your advantage, though.
That's what I said. That's
I'm not biased against you. I have nothing.
Yeah.
He hasn't heard the same story 17 times.
All right.
Get a clean slate between me and you, so there's no reason for me to not pick your answer.
Right.
Or by despite, I might not pick his.
That is fair. That is fair. Yeah, I can only get worse. Yeah.
Just don't tell Walt about how much you pay for a monthly car wash service.
Dude, it's got lava foam.
Perfect.
All right.
And
2-point prize question.
Yes.
What is this prize?
So you're going to reveal it right after
I will reveal it, and whoever writes down the correct answer will get 2 points.
Does old Christmas present count?
You can write down whatever you like.
All right.
Also, this is this Christmas wrapping paper lasted me a good 4 years. Just give small presents. That's the secret. It's helpfully labeled prize.
Now, are you supposed to be beaming into their heads?
It's beaming. It's beaming.
I don't see anything.
It's a
low
beam. It's a
No
low
sweat.
beam.
No eye twitching.
No, I'm getting something.
Okay.
I'm getting something
Got
from
it.
him. I got it.
Okay. Let's start with Ray. What did you write down?
I went with handmade trophy.
Handmade trophy is what Ray got.
A handmade trophy.
What Ray got from my psychic vibes. Chuck.
I got something warm. Something very warm.
Okay.
I didn't realize we were going with vagaries. Okay.
Well, I mean, this is...
Can I change mine to an object?
No, that's not good.
I wrote action figure.
Okay.
Action figure.
If I have to go more specific, more in the answers, I will.
It's it's up to the judge.
Okay,
so here we go. I will reveal the prize.
Keep your thing up, Kim.
Let's see. I love the Z with the line through it. That's good. Oh.
Uh-huh. I feel good.
Big chocolate bunny. Right?
It's a big chocolate bunny.
A grand bunny, and if we can get a nice push on these eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're good.
That's because it's a Easter clan chocolate, and he's the grand bunny.
Well, here's the thing. So now
that's why his eyes are so sketchy.
Ray gets 15 seconds to argue to Walt.
Easy.
Why handmade trophy is so similar to this prize.
Easy. Okay. First off, the size of that bunny, trophy. The bunny itself, easily an Easter-based trophy of some kind. And clearly it is handmade because there's no mold that's going to make a bunny that size. So it is a handmade trophy.
Beautiful. Thank you. Chuck, you now have 15 seconds to make your argument to Walt.
Well, this is really interesting. I was getting a feeling of something warm, something that kind of... I thought it was actually warmth, like the actual feeling of heat. But I think what I was getting was that when I was young, my parents would get me an Easter bunny with a giant chocolate bunny, and that does give me warmth, but it's more emotional than heat.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's true.
Gitem, you have 15 seconds to say how an action figure is closest to that bunny.
Well, the figure is actually a figure of a bunny, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but I'm sensing on the reverse, there are actions being shown of that bunny doing said actions, which include, I believe, driving a car and other action-y type scenes.
I mean, that's true. So,
is that true?
He's driving
he's driving
carrot
a
car.
I mean, you did hold
That's
it
a
up.
different bunny.
I did already hold
bunny.
it up.
Your Honor, that is a different bunny.
This bunny is pink. This bunny is not pink. So
okay,
could be.
I don't see color.
All right.
The grand bunny does.
So this is the prize that we're playing for ultimately. But for 2 points, Walt, who do you feel was the closest to the psychic vibes that were being put out?
I liked your explanation. I do feel like it is a trophy. I felt you should have stayed away from explaining handmade. It's obviously not handmade.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair.
Definitely would have to go into a mold.
Yeah. Who made that mold?
A computer.
Chuck's. That was just he was scrambling. It was a Hail Mary. But Gitem, I think without a doubt. I mean, if you had just put IN in front of action, it would have nailed it almost 100%. It's an action figure, and I have to give Gitem the points and being the closest to
Wow.
what was in the box.
Beautiful.
Under the wrapping paper, I mean.
Wow.
Beautiful. That was very hard to think of a dumb prize that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
dumb enough.
That was great.
for everyone to play for. So now,
Ray, real quick.
Yeah.
Ever had your IQ measured?
Yes.
And it's,
It was.
unless you don't want to say.
I think IQ tests are weird anyway, but it was 148.
He has no idea. He has no idea. He has no fucking idea.
Beautiful.
He has no
No
fucking idea what
way.
you're talking
What's
about.
You're 148 too?
Yeah,
Because
but
Gitem
this was-
Steve
this
Dave
was
is
back-
148.
This was back in like
Oh, he probably had his in
middle
1973.
school. So.
I was in school as well.
So, okay, so then Chuck, have you ever had your IQ measured?
No, not that I can recall.
I think it's, yeah, you're going to need a helmet and
It's gonna be eating chocolate.
Water wings.
It's
we're
gonna be
going
eating
to
warm
tie your
chocolate.
hands down because there's going to be a battle of these two
But I will say, I do
mental
think-
giants here.
I do think IQ tests are
Really?
very skewed.
Tell him why he's wrong.
He's not.
No, you don't put as much weight. It's everything to you, your IQ.
You say it's everything to me. It's not everything to me. You know, being able to prove it is actually
His
everything.
his nickname is 148. Get him.
So are we
Yeah.
the same? All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Man.
I can't believe he
I'll
said
show you
that.
my jersey later. It's got 148 across the back.
It's not important to him though. But his hockey jersey, instead of two numbers, which is the norm,
Yeah.
is 3 numbers, and it's 148.
You know, it's a warning. You know, when I come across people that they know what they're getting into.
yep. Yes, but with the 3 digits on the, I'm like, I know what I'm getting into. Walking the other way. Now comes the actual trivia.
Okay.
We'll have a couple questions, then we'll do another similar mystery box, then some more questions. Then the second round is more artistic, and then a final round. So we're going to start with just simple questions. I went with, a standard Trivial Pursuit-esque category. So I'm going to give you a category. I'm not going to make you go in cold. I'm going to give you an idea of what I'm thinking about. So this question, I'm thinking about something in the realm of geography. Geography is something I'm thinking about. So let me think.
I'm going to go more specific from now on. Okay? That makes more sense, right?
Yeah, because you got to play the game.
I'm thinking. Chuck, I'm really focusing.
Okay, hold on.
Chuck, you were going to be the first one to display your answer here after the question. What is the term for an area that contains a chain or group of islands scattered in lakes, rivers, or the ocean?
That's pretty much what I was getting, but I didn't remember the exact term. So I thought
Understandable.
I thought it might have been a continent.
Continent, okay. That's an answer.
that might be a
I also thank you for not writing IN before that.
Ooh, yeah.
Get him. What do you got?
I wrote Pangea.
Okay. Similar.
Yes.
Similar.
Now,
Ray.
I think this is a matter of time
Uh-huh.
because I wrote a mountain pass.
Ooh, okay. The actual answer, archipelago. Archipelago.
That's right,
So, Chuck, you're going to have 15 seconds to make your argument to Walt about how a continent is close to archipelago.
Yes.
Archipelago.
So I'm not the best with geography.
Indiana,
I know
they
that there are
say it.
certain terms that mean certain things. And I thought that a continent was a collection of islands. I thought that that's what it like Hawaii has like the continent of all of the stuff, but I'm not a geography major, you know?
Yeah.
I know some of the terms. I know country, continent. I thought
Right.
continent was a collection of islands.
Famously, Hawaii, the continent.
Yes.
Mystery eighth continent.
Just wasn't sure.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Get him. Pangea, close to archipelago.
Well, see, again, I had the same issue that Ray did, where it was time.
Yep.
So I was thinking prehistoric, when all of the continents were together and in one giant mass called Pangea,
Right.
which contained these archipelagos.
Yep.
But not quite as we know them today.
Right.
But in the geologic time sense, it still is there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ray.
Well, volume of water goes a long way with this. And if you reduce water levels or rise water levels, a mountain pass becomes a collection of islands. Right. The peaks being the only thing visible. So I was really seeing that in your mind. The issue is, I think, because I took a sip of my coffee, I added liquid to the image, and it became a mountain pass. The water really messed me up there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I often, my psychic powers have an issue with water. I'm like a witch. I can't cross the water.
Yeah.
Is that why you find showers so soothing?
Yes.
Yes.
It blocks all the noise.
Exactly.
Yes.
Walt.
I didn't get a mountain pass. I'm just not feeling it. Not feeling the continent. But what was it? What was the real answer?
Archipelago or archipelago?
And
Archipelago.
what's your word?
Pangea.
2 words I've never heard before in my life. 2 words that I don't think anybody listening will ever hear in a conversation.
Yeah. No.
I bring up Pangea.
I feel like you were the one who was first done. You wrote what you
Yes.
and you were done before both Brad and Chuck.
Yes.
I mean,
Ray.
Ray and Chuck.
Yeah.
I just feel like you got that real exotic word, and you just wrote down, something exotic too. I got to go get him again, even though I'm not playing favorites. It's just
That's all right.
I'm playing fair though. If I'm being a fair judge.
Yeah.
Plenty of game left. Plenty of game left.
let's do it.
No worries. All right. So the next question I'll be thinking to you is in the entertainment realm. Entertainment realm. So let me think it. Let me read it and think it.
It's really vast though.
It is. It's really.
It sure is. That's why it's so
this is
fun
the
when
pilot.
they're actually psychic. Got it. All right, Gitem, you're going to be first. The question that you definitely already answered and wrote it down. What feature film was the first full-length film presented as a talkie? Let's see your answer, Gitem.
I wrote Fatty Arbuckle.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Similar time frame, maybe.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't be making your argument.
Alternate title for The Whale.
Yes. Ray, what were you getting?
I got the answer correct.
Yeah.
It was a box office smash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are we doing arguments now?
Not yet.
Okay.
Chuck, what do you got?
I knew it was something big.
Yeah.
And I knew it had to represent big Hollywood.
Yes, of course.
I wrote Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Famously small. But.
Actual answer is the jazz singer. So now we are going to make our arguments about how these answers are similar to the jazz singer.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
Do you have any information about the jazz singer?
Not really.
Okay. When it was released?
Yeah, I do know that.
Okay.
Get him. What do you got?
So, I'm not sure if you know about Fatty Arbuckle and the things that he went through. He was accused of a lot of jazz, and he eventually was sent to prison where he sang, as they say, if you know anything about what goes on in prison.
I do.
So, yes. So,
All right. Solid argument. Ray.
It was a box office smash. This is the only correct answer up here because the movie being the first feature-length talkie, everyone wanted to see it. Everyone did go to see it, and it did do financially. I mean, better than almost any film before that. And so it was a box office smash. I couldn't quite remember the title, but I remember the financials.
Got it. Thank you. Chuck.
Well, I was getting the idea that it was something that changed cinema, something that was a pinnacle of cinema, and that was coming through to me, a big moment, and I was coming into kind of the return of the blockbuster with Mission Impossible this summer, and Tom Cruise and how he's kind of, as Ray has said to me before, the last movie star.
Okay.
And I think I was getting that. I put that down because I was kind of getting that idea that it was an important thing in the history of cinema.
Got it.
And this is where I went to.
Thank you. All right, Walt, who is the most psychic of this group? Who is closest to the jazz singer?
Okay, Fatty Arbuckle was not an actor.
he was an actor.
Okay.
He was accused of misdeeds.
And Chuck, did Tom Cruise at any point in his career ever play a role where he sang?
I think he sang a little bit when he was a bartender in
Cocktail?
Cocktail. Oh, he danced. Maybe he was dancing.
I think the closest you're going to get is maybe he sang along with Great Balls of Fire in Top Gun. That's the closest.
There is a lot. I mean, music is a really important part of the Top Gun movies.
In, Tropic Thunder.
True.
At the end.
True. He sings a little bit here and there. Okay. He dabbles.
How much of it is jazz?
Jazz is, it's really open for interpretation.
That's a good point.
I think Ray has the closest to the clue, or he came the closest, because box office, just, you think box office, you think movie. You think movies, you think jazz singer.
Yeah. That's what it said on the poster.
Right.
Perfect. Great answers.
I'm gonna get this next.
Great
one.
answer.
You were close, man. You really, if you had just sold me, if you had just said he was,
you know what?
he got turned down for the role of the jazz singer, I would have believed it.
Okay. I was in awe of Box Office Smash, so.
That's fun. All right. Our next question comes from the topic of U.S. history, United States history. I'll be reading and thinking. Fun fact, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. It's coming through. I feel it leaving my brain, traveling through the ether. It's up to your brain to pick it up. It's a radio signal. Put out that antenna. All right.
Yes.
We're all good. Who was president during the Teapot Dome scandal? Ray, give me a flip. What do you got?
At first, I was going to write systemic racism.
Mm-hmm. That's very much a part of U.S. history.
Right.
Yep.
But then a very clear sign came through, and I said assassination.
Okay. Okay. Assassination. Chuck.
Can you read the question again?
Yeah, of course. Who was president during the Teapot Dome scandal?
All right. Now, I did get the Teapot Dome scandal in my head.
Yep.
But I was focusing on the surrounding time period of the Teapot Dome scandal.
Of course.
We're not doing the arguments yet.
Oh, we're not?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
Get him. What do you got?
You said a thing. I'm sorry.
I wrote Gettysburg.
Okay. Gettysburg. And the actual answer is, of course, President Warren Harding. Mm-hmm. So, Ray, tell us how assassination is closer to Warren Harding than either of your competitors' answers.
Well, when you think assassination in American history, you think of two U.S. presidents,
right,
and also a civil rights leader. But those two U.S. presidents are presidents, and you were thinking of a president, and so I was there for it. But because you had looked at another question and looked back at it, it threw me off, and it shot through me like a bullet through my head, which is how the two U.S. presidents that were assassinated did die.
Great.
And so I think within that, I came to the conclusion of assassination.
Got it. Thank you. Chuck, early 1800s.
Yeah, again, it's when the Teapot Dome scandal happened.
Right.
And I know a lot about it, and
Yes.
I kind of was getting the whole picture of it, and I wasn't exactly sure where you were going to go in terms of what the question was,
Right.
but I knew it would be about that, so I thought it might be when was the time period?
Can you like cliff notes what the Teapot Dome scandal
Let's
was?
let's
game
let's
show
have
like
him do
this.
that after Walt gives the points.
In a game show,
Gettysburg.
Well, not many people know that Gettysburg was an instigating event when it came to the Teapot Dome scandal.
Yep.
Due to they thought the battle was going to go one way. It did not go that way at
Right,
all, and it caused this tremendous upheaval political wise, and that is what led eventually to the Teapot Dome scandal.
Perfect. Walt, do you need some facts about the Teapot Dome scandal?
Yeah, please.
Chuck's got him.
Yes. You know what?
no.
Okay.
What? I mean, people who are into Jeopardy are kind of lost on this. Even I think this
This
is
was,
a very. I'm
yeah.
thinking this is an obscure thing in American history.
Some might
It's
say.
not. It's not one of the scandals that I recall of being on. The
I'll
top 10
say
scandals.
I remembered the term Teapot Dome scandal, but I
Same.
remembered nothing about it to the point where I was like, I don't know who the president was.
I mean, Brad's a great guy.
When was Warren Harding president?
One of his downfalls is that whenever he has to do trivia, he tends to go way too specific and obscure.
Some
That's
would
like,
say cruel.
yes.
Right, but I'll say this: you have as much chance of getting it psychically,
Sure.
whether the answer is the current president or a previous president or
Yeah.
When was Warren Harding president, Chuck?
Warren Harding?
Yeah. The answer to this actual question.
I don't have the exact years.
Yeah. Just
don't know.
Give me a decade.
It had to be 1883.
It's 1920.
I was thinking of when he was born.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Warren Harding was president in the 20s.
Early 1800s.
Oh yeah, 1830.
Yeah.
He was 90 years old.
90 years old.
You're gonna grill us about the things afterward.
Teapot Dome scandal had to do with like senators taking bribes for companies to get like drilling and mineral rights in protected federal lands. It's a very
Like the
boring
battlefield at Gettysburg.
right, except not. It was like in Wyoming and stuff. Now, was Warren Harding assassinated because he did die in office and was unfaithful to his wife over a long period of time? There is speculation that Warren Harding was poisoned by his wife. Nothing proven. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Harding,
And
but
the estate.
that's what I know.
Okay.
With Brad's information, there can only be one correct answer then. Ray, with the assassination, I mean, if there's even any hint or thought that the wife poisoned
Yeah.
the president, then assassination would be.
Yeah. And if we could all just make an agreement here and listener viewers at home, well, viewers anyway, let's all not take a screenshot of me holding a sign up that says assassination.
Ray Harrington's call to action for the American Patriots.
Also, don't take the whiteboard and just erase it and write any other word in there.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Yes.
But isn't it funny though that scandal wouldn't even be like top 10 in today's world?
Oh yeah.
That just happens now.
All right.
Again, this is a pilot episode of Psychic Trivia, so
Yeah.
we're gonna all do notes afterwards. Maybe it should be stuff that regular people know about.
Oh, you
things
were gonna,
like that.
You were gonna hate. Let's see here. The next one.
The Dome
That
Pot
one.
Tea
That
scandal.
one. That one you know. That one no. That one you won't know. Oh, that one you'll know.
I was actually going to write Abscam.
Oh,
Yeah.
See?
Because then the arguments are more fun.
Yeah.
Because the people can try to discern.
Well,
if they
you're
don't
go-
know anything about it.
You're gonna hate this one. All right. Let me think. This is art and literature. Art and literature. I am so sorry. But again, you had as much chance to get this right as anything else. How many sonnets are credited to Shakespeare? I think it's Gitem goes first this time.
I wrote the Louvre.
Yep.
What's that?
It's
Ray?
I wrote Gothic period drama.
Okay. Chuck?
I wrote snow. What's wrong?
The answer is 154. This, you know what? This question was unfair because I wanted a misdirect. And that's what I got. So I got one with a numerical answer. But nevertheless, you have to argue for our amusement anyway. Get him. How is the Louvre closest to 154?
What not many people know is that in addition to all the artwork that the Louvre has, it also has one of the largest collections of literature. And specifically, it has the largest first edition Shakespeare collection in the EU, the entire EU.
All right.
Yes.
Ray, Gothic period drama close to 154.
I mean, did you know that in the Library of Congress, there are a total of 154 books classified in the Dewey Decimal System as Gothic period dramas? The end.
Chuck, give me Snow closest to 154.
Okay, so this is actually a real fact about William Shakespeare that not a lot of people know.
They don't.
The vast majority of William Shakespeare's works were written to take place during the wintertime.
Oh, okay.
And that actually gets taken out of a lot of adaptations of Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, all that stuff. That gets taken out of that. But most of his work do take place during the winter. And so I was getting snow because that's what most of his stuff is set.
Such as now is the winter of our discontent.
Exactly. See, thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Midnight in the Snowy Garden of Good and Evil.
Yeah.
A Midsummer's Night Dream, except with snow.
That's
February.
one. That's
Yeah.
one. That's one. The majority.
Yeah, I got it. This was a very difficult question. Walt, who was closest to 154?
Which one do you think? If you were the judge, which one would you lean towards?
Oh boy.
Did you know that the
Not that I'm going to
performer
take.
known as Snow
I just
wrote a
bouncing.
dissertation on Hamlet and Shakespeare?
For me, Gothic period drama goes further back, and is closer to like the idea of Shakespearean times. It's not Shakespearean times, but it goes closer. So that was my take on it.
Let's go with that. Gothic period piece for the win.
So here, I'll give a quick note that I think.
Yes.
So you know how you said like you have just as much of a chance as getting this right as something that people know, but the judge doesn't have a good chance to judge it if he doesn't know anything about it.
Well, the questions are already written.
And the audience can't really discern whether or not any of it is even remotely true because they don't know it either.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But now we're going to move to a mystery.
This is going to play really well at the Mensa meetings.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to have a huge Mensa following after this episode drops.
So this is a pilot. It's just a pilot, everybody.
The common man may not appreciate this episode so much.
With game shows, they do. It's not even really a pilot. They do like dry runs and then tweak things and work things out.
It's like a soft opening.
So
this is
We're just brave enough to film it.
We're brave enough to film
usually
it.
they don't throw out the dry runs.
Yeah.
To kind of keep them or erase them.
Yeah.
It's sort of a volley to serve,
Record
a
over
soft
them?
opening.
Yeah.
Well, this one there is an actual answer for.
And we believe in transparency.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
this one, yeah, that's
This
right.
one it's a mystery box clue. It's worth 2 points. Right now it's Ray has 3 points, Gitem has 3 points, Chuck has yet to get on the board, but this could be his chance. So this is an item. It fits in this mystery box. And let me really focus on the item.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, of course.
Could it be like a penny and it's just wicked small?
It is not wicked small.
Okay.
It fits in this box.
Like I just didn't know if it can be a Mr. X or you actually want it to be.
It does not fit in mystery box 3,
okay.
but it does fit in mystery box 1.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the contents of this box. All right. Mystery box. It is, of course, my high school diploma was in mystery box 1. Mystery box 1, my high school diploma. Ray, what vibes did you pick up from mystery box?
Ray, I think Brad needed a co-writer on this game.
I'm going to take a wild guess. You were like top 5 in your class?
I was up there, yeah. I think I was 13.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what my IQ was.
Sum laude or among?
But you know what? You're the type of guy that doesn't. You don't need to reveal to everybody. Everybody just knows just by talking to you.
Yeah.
Ray,
To be
what do you
fair,
got?
the only reason I got an IQ test was because I was acting out, and so
Oh,
boom,
Then how did Chuck not get one every day?
they knew.
Sub 40.
I got media format.
Oh, okay.
Media format.
Great. Chuck, what was your answer? What were you picking up?
A kitchen utensil.
Okay. Get him?
I wrote nonfiction book.
Okay. So let's hear some arguments. Ray, media format.
Well, I think Gitem and I are going to have a similar argument here because clearly a diploma is a format of media. It is a written piece of paper. It is a printed on piece of paper. It is a formatted media form. It's a medium in which we communicate.
Got it.
And that's where I was getting that. I could see the printed word, and I wasn't sure if it was on the box of a DVD or a video game cover. But it was for a high school diploma, which in a lot of ways is like a game.
Wow. Stirring. Chuck.
One of the things about Brad, if you know, he's very proud of his intelligence, and I think he keeps that stuff. He wants people to know, so he does keep it in his kitchen, which is half of his apartment. He has a living room and a kitchen that's half and half, and
A living kitchen, if you will.
yeah, it's a living kitchen, and it is kind of a utensil in that it's useful to Brad for self-esteem.
Thank you.
He takes it out at parties.
Yeah, exactly. He wants people to know.
I keep it in my spare bedroom, by the way. Yes, get him. Go ahead.
So I wrote nonfiction book.
Right.
You did graduate high school,
Yes.
so thus it is nonfiction.
True.
It is a piece of paper. Doesn't matter how many pieces of paper between a bound volume, as in leather or pleather, as it might be word.
Yeah, it's not leather.
Yes. Okay.
Could I see it?
It's. I think that technically it is. I can't believe it's not leather.
Yes. It has an embossed cover.
I think if it opens like a book and closes like a book,
Yes.
it's a duck.
Yeah.
2 points for get
Get
him.
him.
Yeah.
Wow. I get it.
I had nonfiction first, and then the last second I added book.
And it's nonfiction, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
I know.
nonfiction.
This is,
Yeah.
Unlike mine.
Back to the questions. I'm going to think. I wrote this question as difficult. I'm going to rethink it and make it easier.
Okay.
All right. So if there's a blurred line somewhere, it's because I'm rephrasing the question in my brain.
All right, everybody. It's the song "Blurred Line."
By Robin.
Thick.
Robin
Real
Thicke.
quick,
Yeah.
Yes.
In the future, though, that is a great thing to do. It's like every word that you speak about it, you could be little
hints.
clues.
Yeah.
Hints and clues. That is
Yeah.
good.
At one point, it was.
See, Walt should have been your co-writer.
One of the rounds was going to be basically 5 questions about the same thing, and then people were going to read, in a year, basically a Mad Lib, and trying to get as close to the fact as possible.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Yeah. All right. Next question. It's science and nature. Science and nature.
Is Elmer Fudd nature or nurture?
Perfect. Thank you. All right. What animal has the scientific name Mephitis mephitis? Chuck, what do you got?
It is a mammal.
Okay. Get him.
I wrote Nobel Prize.
Okay.
It is the product of evolution.
All right. The answer is striped skunk. So, Chuck, make your argument for mammal striped skunk. You have 15 seconds.
I knew that it was a mammal. I couldn't get it exactly, but I knew that you were asking a question about that scientific name and that it was a type of mammal, which a skunk is, which is warm-blooded, gives birth to its own youngs, that kind of stuff.
Gives birth to its own young.
As opposed to having an egg.
Right.
An egg makes something. No, an egg makes something not a mammal.
Right.
That's a bird.
That's fine.
I've heard of them.
Or reptiles.
That's right.
Get him. Nobel
You're
Prize.
welcome.
Striped skunk.
Well, I'm not sure if you know that one of the Nobel Prizes was handed out for the discovery that of what human smell can pick up in certain concentrations, which became a problem with natural gas production, in that it would leak, and so they added the scent, which is based on the scent of the skunk,
Yep.
in order to detect gas leaks.
Got it. Thank you. Ray.
Gentlemen of the judge, I would like to say to you, what represents evolution more than the humble striped skunk? It developed its gland to shoot stink, to ward off predators because of evolution, and it evolved the stripe, the very thing that it's named after, on its back to warn off predators. In fact, other creatures try to emulate the stripe on the back to ward off creatures as well. Badgers do this also. But the striped skunk, I think, in any zoo or anthropological kind of thing, any university room anywhere on any college campus would say the striped skunk is the perfect example of evolution.
Got it. Also, a note for just our future thing is really hitting that 15-second timer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could double it.
That's fine.
Does it disqualify you?
All right. Walt,
I made 1 point for a long time.
Walt, whose answer was closest to striped skunk?
I think Chuck's on the board with this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
5-3 to 1. By the initial question was, what is the scientific name for the striped skunk? And having you write the Latin name.
How would we ever get?
That's the point of the game.
All
You got to
right,
be
all right.
psychic.
All right.
Well, the Nobel Prize is named after Alfred Nobel, who did speak Latin.
Yep.
True.
All right.
Wait, you got to be psychic and know Latin?
Nope. You just have to be psychic. You have to pick it up out of my brain. All right.
He just has to know Latin.
Sports. I had to look up how to pronounce mephitis. Sports and leisure. I'm thinking is sports and leisure. Got an email.
Okay.
All right. I think is it get him first this time? Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So the question is, what is the official name for the item batted back and forth over the net in badminton?
I wrote handball.
Handball. Okay. Ray?
I wrote
Badminton.
injury.
Okay. And Chuck?
I wrote mid-1900s.
Okay. The answer is shuttlecock. Gitem, you have 15 seconds to talk about how handball is the closest to shuttlecock of anyone here.
Well, I'm not sure if you know how shuttlecocks are made, but professionally they're made with either pigeon or goose feathers, and they are hand balanced in a special chamber that shoots air, and it is half of it is a ball.
Yep.
So, and then it is shot, and then a specialized person catches it and then sorts it that way.
That's mostly true. Ray, injury, shuttlecock.
I don't know if you've ever seen this video, but there is a famous video on YouTube of a man playing badminton and being injured by a shuttlecock in a very funny way.
Well,
Bob Saget does the narration, and it appeared in a famous television show called America's Funniest Home Videos. Thank you, Your Honor. God bless.
Thank you. Chuck, mid-1900s, closest to shuttlecock.
I was getting badminton.
Yep.
And I was thinking of the origin of badminton and when it was actually invented. So it was the invention of the shuttlecock and badminton together, and that's kind of the vague. That's what was coming to my
Yeah,
my
of
brain.
course. Yeah. Badminton invented in the mid-1900s.
Yes, I think it was in early 1930s.
Commonly known as the 50s.
Yes. Great. Walt, who do you like for this answer?
Shuttlecock, right?
Yes.
I mean, balls, cock, hand, masturbation.
Injury.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, assist. Yep.
Get him, Steve Dave. I've been playing along, and I wrote tennis.
Oh, that's great.
That's pretty good.
And I almost wrote Boston Tea Party, or in that other one, I wrote Civil War.
That's pretty good.
All right.
For that tea scandal, I almost wrote
Teapot
Boston
Dome.
Tea Party.
Walt, I got to say, I think you might win this thing.
Gitem is at 6, Ray is at 3, Chuck is at 1. World history. Okay, I am ad-libbing this question in my brain.
World history?
World history. Yep. All right. Got it. All right, think of a question. All right. World history. Original question that I did not ask was what Caribbean nation became independent in 1962 and then became a republic in 1976? I did not ask that one. What was
Was it Barbados?
It was Trinidad, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the name of the Russian princess whose mysterious disappearance later inspired a movie? Ray, I believe you're first.
Yeah,
on
I
this
got
one.
the answer. It's Russian Revolution.
Wow!
Tsar Nicholas in brackets, which is her father.
Wow!
Yeah.
That is eerie.
There you go.
I mean,
So you guys can erase your boards, and we'll move on.
If I also have her father written on this, what are you going to give me? Because I guarantee that I also have
A big kiss.
I'm serious.
I would let you guys split the Starburst jelly beans that I brought on this trip.
Who's the princess's dad, traditionally? The
Oh,
fucking king.
Oh,
No,
except
he
in
was the
He was the
czar.
czar.
Well, he's the
He wasn't a
princess,
king. He wasn't a king.
You can't have a princess without a king.
Get him.
Yes,
What do
you
you
can.
got?
I wrote the Archduke Ferdinand.
Duke, Archduke.
I wrote Duke. Yeah.
It is. First of all, like we're hitting very similar
Yeah.
time periods.
Yeah.
Right
So
here.
really, we're gonna hear.
They all hung
the
out.
answer is Anastasia. So Ray, make the argument. 15 seconds.
Yeah, so Anastasia's father was Tsar Nicholas. He was the Tsar of Russia, and in the Russian Revolution, they killed Tsar Nicholas and his family, including Anastasia, though some believe she got away, and that's the truth.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
How is there not a bigger reaction if this
am
is not real? If this is
stunned.
Yeah.
To be
You're-
perfectly
look,
honest.
this
He
is
doesn't.
this
He
him
doesn't.
stunned?
He doesn't do big reactions.
Never guess.
He doesn't do them.
He doesn't do big reactions.
The closest he can come is pointing to that scale at a doctor's office of pain.
And I never point above a 6.
Yeah.
So this is you really wrote this down, and this is not a
This is no
this is not a
goofery.
chicanery
There's
going
no
on.
chicanery.
No,
yeah.
because I.
You know, American game shows are under like government rules, so you know, there's no way yeah, legally they could.
No, this is a genuine.
This is a genuine
thing.
thing.
But as soon as they offer a prize, they're
They are.
standards. They're held to the same
We've
standards
had
as
2 prizes
Jeopardy
already.
and
Yes,
Wheel of Fortune.
We've had 2 prizes already.
No,
The
just one
action
prize. I
figure
have to
and
take my diploma.
Your diploma is the other prize.
Cross out Brad's name, write and get him.
Get him. Just one word.
Chuck, make an argument for the king being the name of the princess.
What I was getting was the royal family of Russia.
Yep.
AKA Princess Anastasia.
Yep.
And obviously, I was getting the crown and the king.
Okay.
Pull the curtain back.
Yeah.
Did he talk about on a ride down anything about Russia
No.
or
No, no,
nothing?
no.
So you just came. How does this pop into your head then?
Psychic.
I am psychic. I'll answer the question after you decide the point.
Oh, you got the points.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, the Russian Revolutionary period of time is something that I was, big into. Like in high school, I liked reading about that. It's always tickled me, and so it's where my mind went first.
I would have preferred he saw History of the World Part 2 and the Anastasia bit's pretty funny.
I got mine because I wish I was a king.
Yes.
Get him?
I chose mine because the assassination of the Archduke Ferdinand is what led to the entire turmoil in the in that Eurasian theater, which eventually resulted in the Russian Revolution, which involved the deposition of Tsar Nicholas and the assassination of his entire family.
Yeah. I'm
I'm off by a couple of years. Is my problem.
stunned.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the nerds out there are gonna fucking go crazy for this game show. They're gonna love this. Yeah. The Brainiacs.
I mean, it's that was a better question than the Trinidad and Tobago one would have
Yeah,
been.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
all right, that's a note. I've taken that note.
Still pretty goddamn specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
to get the father.
Yeah. Did I get the point?
So yeah,
Oh,
6 to 4 to 1. This one is food and drink, and all right. I'm thinking of the food and drink question and answer. Food and drink question and answer. What cereal has a leprechaun as a mascot? Chuck, why don't you show us your answer that you were grimacing about?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger, the cereal with a leprechaun for a mascot. Get him.
I wrote Buttery Nipple.
Buttery Nipple, the cereal with a leprechaun for a mascot. Ray.
Sodium.
Sodium. The cereal with a leprechaun for a mascot.
Sodium.
The correct answer, of course, is Lucky Charms. Chuck, make your argument as to how cheeseburger is close to Lucky Charms.
I was getting the ch sound. I could feel that, and I knew that it was a mass-produced thing. I saw big red colors, and I saw the ch, and I kind of was just like, let me think McDonald's cheeseburgers, and that's what I got.
Got it.
I got yellow, red, big mascot.
Thank you.
That's what I got.
Get him. Buttery Nipple, name of an alcoholic shot.
I was getting something sweet, something flavorful. It's delicious. It appeals to the younger audience, and the rhyming slogan he gets of yellow moons, buttery nipples, purple stars.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh.
Ray.
Well, see, here's the problem. I really locked in on my psychic line to you, my connection, my tether, if you will.
Yeah.
And this time I focused just as much with the tether intact. So I hyper-focused, and I went so far into the right answer that I broke down ingredients within
yep.
the cereal, sodium being one of the,
Yes.
the higher amounts. And so that's egg on my face. That's what happened there. I
it.
was too right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Walt, who was closest to Lucky Charms?
We can throw out cheeseburger. If Gitem had made the argument about nipples, he calls them charms.
Yep.
I would have
Buttery charm.
I would have been I would have been more apt to award you the point, but sodium. I mean, we all know there's sodium in cereal, right?
Sugary cereals are usually not known for their saltiness.
But there is sodium. There is sodium. You gotta have salt. You gotta
Well, no,
have salt.
that's sodium chloride. Sodium is an explosive metal.
I don't know.
That if you poured milk onto sodium, it would explode.
I
we
think
gotta
Walt
check
already
the-
gave the point.
It's awarded.
So it is now time for another mystery box round. We have mystery box 2. Mystery box 2, helpfully labeled. What is in mystery box 2? It would not fit in mystery box 1. It does not fit in mystery box 3. Mystery box 2. It's a mystery. I'm thinking about the contents of this box. I'm beaming them psychically to you. Thinking of the contents of this box. Mystery box 2. Oh, you guys are going to hate this. It is, of course, a sponge holder from the kitchen in the shape of a ceramic frog.
I put kitchen utensil as my first one, and so that's why I didn't put it again. But that would have won it, I think.
Get him.
Possibly.
What do you got?
I wrote shampoo.
Shampoo. Okay. Ray.
I wrote plant.
Okay. Chuck.
Sports memorabilia.
Okay. Make your arguments. Get him. 15 seconds to talk about shampoo vis-a-vis this ceramic frog.
What a problem was I was getting cleaning and being clean, and I confused shampoo, which is essentially soap,
Yep.
and it's a sponge, which you put soap on to clean things, which can sometimes include yourself in the shower, or if you're like me and you have the all-in-one man wash, it's shampoo, soap, and everything else, and I just use
Dishwashing liquid. Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
I got it. Ray. Plant.
See, here's the problem. I could see it in my mind, but I didn't know what it was for.
Yep.
Looking at it, you wouldn't say, that's for a sponge,
Yep.
right? You would look at that and go, is that a pot for a plant? Like
Yep.
a fun pot where it looks like a big...
Like a frog's throwing up a plant.
Right, like you put the plant in there, and that's what I thought it was. I could clearly see it.
Right.
I just couldn't identify that it was for a sponge, and I thought it was a plant pot. So
Makes sense. Thank you.
I goofed.
Chuck. Sports memorabilia.
I had a similar thing as Ray, where it's like I could see it, and I could see the big opening at the top, and I couldn't tell what size it was. So I kind of thought it was something where you would throw in baseballs, basketballs,
Yep.
bats, and stuff like that you'd keep things in like that. But, yeah.
He would display like a signed baseball inside that.
Well, more like
Or basketball, he
stuff that
said.
you would use, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I thought it was big. I thought it was a big holder.
Got it. Thank you.
Well, yes, as you can see it by its size, it's a big holder.
Well,
Basketball stand.
Walt, who is closest to that questionable ceramic frog?
Do I have to award any points?
I mean, you're the debunker.
Yeah, yeah.
oh, maybe you could debunk all of them.
I mean, I don't think Gitem came close.
Soap, water, that's what a sponge is for.
I mean, I'm going to give it to Ray because plants are usually green and a frog is green.
6 to 6 to 1.
Yeah.
6 to 6 to 1.
Woo!
We go into this.
Discounting his argument totally, just awarding it because of,
Yeah.
of
The color.
I think green and green. That's
Yeah.
it.
You know, I think this is like too intense. I think the level of intensity, like this feels like all physical challenge double dare. That's what it feels like.
Well,
I'm also kind of worried that like the religious right might consider this witchcraft, and
Yeah, that
like
is
just
true.
like Harry Potter, and
Yeah.
try to ban this.
Yep.
Which could work in its favor.
Yep.
Yes.
And you guys are going to be, I mean, once this gets out, you got to worry about the government following you guys and then rounding you up
Yeah.
and bringing you in to like do some Stranger Things with
And
11
Ultra.
and shit.
Finding bodies and things like that.
Oh my God, wouldn't it-
Remote viewing.
Wouldn't it be amazing if we did this and like Chuck's answers were all like weird descriptions of like I'm seeing it's the woods near a big tree and like everything he describes is later where they find bodies.
I think it's going to be like there's a secret DOD program right now, and it's called Operation Cheeseburger. And then, next week it's Operation Sports Memorabilia. And that's,
Well, have you heard what would happen right before D-Day?
There was a crossword
Yes.
published in like a London newspaper that had all these different code words
gotta have-
For the
were
beaches
used
and stuff.
on
And they
D-Day.
got like all freaked out like
Yeah.
it had leaked.
You gotta have Brad and get him team up at some point. It's Team Brainiac.
Well, Ray's there too. He's
Hey, I'm
we're the
not-
148s.
You know what? You guys are three in a pod.
This next
Three on a
round,
pod.
each question is worth 2 points, and this is artistic. Not everyone thinks in terms of words and answers. Sometimes you get images instead of words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of a famous image. Everyone's going to have 25 seconds to draw that image. I will then state the image, and they will have 5 seconds to complete the drawing. And then they will display them, and Walt, again, will debunk who is psychic, who is an imposter, by judging who is closest to the correct image. So with that in mind, okay, let me get my timer out on this.
Are you thinking of the image?
I'm thinking of starting my clock. Here we go.
And there's no
Timer.
He said a famous image.
It's a famous image. This is not a Trinidad and Tobago image. This is something you would recognize if you saw it. 25 seconds starts now. Okay, thinking. Yes, the image. Yes. Okay. Yes. Very important. Ooh, context. Yes. Image. Oh, what does it look like? What could it possibly
I
look
can't
like?
believe I just saw what Gitem drew, and I can't believe what he drew.
Oh,
Okay,
That's weird.
25 seconds is up. Dismiss.
I can't believe.
I will now.
This is a psychic thing.
I will now state the answer.
No, before you do, I think we should all flip over our
Let's
boards.
flip it over.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
How is that? Because we're in Brad's mind.
That's
Or
crazy.
what could be more Brad's mind?
That's not the image I was thinking of.
Brad,
but
no, wait. You should cut, and you should definitely make that the image. Yeah, we should cheat this because turn this turkey into a fucking amazing fucking episode with like boom right through the roof.
I'll do it.
Or go real.
But I do want to know what you were thinking.
do we want to do it legit? Do we want to do it not
do
legit?
it legit.
I think
yeah.
we do legit, but this is
Okay.
ridiculous.
It's really
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
All right. So with that in mind, everyone's going to have 5 seconds to finish their drawings. Clearly, these are all works in progress. 5 seconds to finish your drawing. I was thinking of the painting American Gothic.
Oh, yeah.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3
you're gonna add a
1,000,
farmer?
4 1,000, 5 1,000. All right, your time is up. And beautiful. So American Gothic, of course, and we'll insert an overlay. It's a man with a pitchfork, a wife. They both look stern. There's a farmhouse in the background. Not a pitchfork.
no,
yeah.
It's actually, I believe it's his daughter.
It's daughter. Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Man
She's
and
a
woman.
spinster. Yeah.
Yeah. And
No, it's true.
She's
Yeah.
a spinster.
Yeah.
Is a funny.
How? How is that his daughter? It looks
Like
older
that's the
than
whole point. He
is.
can't marry her off, and he's stuck with her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know.
So
Wow. This
she's
is
still living with him because she's so homely. I think she's kind of cute.
Yeah.
But
I like to judge women based on their.
She's got a bit of a heroin chic thing going.
Yeah.
a little methody to her.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, Ray, will you want to talk about that? How your drawing is related to American Gothic?
Yeah, absolutely. Sunken cheeks, just like the farmer. He's got the little pitchfork, and he finally got rid of the daughter, so he's celebrating.
Okay. Thank you, Chuck.
Mine, I mean, you know, I went with the actual image, not some sort of later version after half of it is gone.
Right.
Mine has the man with the glasses, as well as the daughter.
Yep.
And you can clearly see the American flag in the background. That is the spirit of the painting.
To represent American Gothic. Yes, of course.
American Gothic.
Yeah.
I have the daughter, the man, the pitchfork, the hat. I mean, what else do you need except for the house behind him?
Okay, let me show Walt the drawing here.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. Okay.
You can see the huge American flag hanging behind him.
Yeah.
Well, you can also see that he is not wearing a hat.
No, I don't think it's insane because I think we were looking at Brad going, what is Brad thinking
I will
right
say,
now?
yeah.
Brad,
Yeah.
honestly,
And we
as someone
all-
who has a little less on top as I do, you need a hat
I get
if
it.
you're like him.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
going to burn.
Someone's like, what's a famous painting? They wouldn't all pick Screaming.
No, but what would Brad pick for a famous painting? I just think it's crazy that all three of us ended up drawing what we thought Brad looks like when he orgasms.
Well,
Especially the nice round mouth.
it wasn't correct until the pitchfork was added. And then it was like, you got it.
Now,
and going, that's his daughter.
in the original painting of the Scream, is that a female or is that a male?
It's a man and a woman.
No, not in American
In-
Gothic.
in-
I'm talking
in
the
the
Scream.
Munch.
Oh,
Painting.
Scream. I don't know.
It's androgynous.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was kind of androgynous.
But you'll notice mine has actual hair.
I just think it's
I
strange.
already,
drew it
I
with
already
hair
erased
first.
mine.
I drew it with hair first.
No, I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go with Ray. Because both you guys both made the female the screamer, right?
Yeah.
Or no? In this, the one that was like, the
Yeah.
one that was upset, right? The one that's screaming was the female.
Yep.
I think so, yeah, because I have glasses.
You made the screamer the farmer.
That's true.
It didn't, like, there was no, like, I don't know, it's a little, like you assume that the hysterical character
Wow.
would be a female.
But again, it's
Makes you think.
the whole point. The whole point, if it's just one person, it's not American Gothic. It is missing half of what makes American
I
Gothic
agree.
American Gothic.
Systemic
agree with that.
sexism.
I don't know. I think the judge already declared his ruling.
I love that he turned the farmer into the screamer.
But again, it's American. He's thinking of American Gothic.
but
You're not
Walt,
the judge.
Walt is the judge. Ray has assumed the lead, 8 points. Chuck's still at 1. Gitem has 6. Still anyone's game. Still a lot left to
Can't believe I
play.
didn't get cheeseburger.
There's that famous 12-point "What's this smell?" round.
Oh, I heard the sound before the smell. I know what the smell was. All right, this is a famous photograph. This is a photograph, not a painting. It is a photograph.
Famous photograph.
Famous photograph. You'll have 25 seconds once I pull up. Yeah, I mean, start drawing by all means, but I'm going to pull up my timer app now. I'm thinking of this photograph. Studied this photograph. I'm going to take grief about how not famous this photograph is.
Oh no, I have a famous one. I'm making an actual famous.
I don't know how many actual famous photographs there are. Probably a lot. All right, we're going to see the photographs, and then you will have 5 seconds to complete your drawing. I recognize 25 seconds is not a lot of time. So let's see the photograph, starting with Ray.
I have the famous photograph of the kiss
Okay.
in New York City
Sexual
after
assault.
World War II.
Yes.
Correct. Yes. But it's known as the kiss.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's almost done. 5 seconds.
The kiss.
I wrote down sailor kissing nurse in Times
We'll get him making a clean sweep.
No, he did not.
Mine's that one with the whale or the shark and the ladies like swimming
Oh.
close by. Yeah.
Okay.
What? What? The poster of Jaws?
No. It's like she's free swimming with the large.
I don't know that one.
Is that
You will-
famous?
I thought so.
You will now have 5 seconds to complete your drawing of the photograph of a Buddhist monk setting himself on fire to protest the war. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. All right, Buddhist monk sets himself on fire to protest the war. I'm going to show Walt the photograph.
Yes, and I'm concerned. You thought this wasn't a famous enough photograph?
Well,
That's a
very famous
very
photograph.
famous. Yeah, you got nothing to worry about.
but you know, Chuck.
I mean, did you know what he's talking about?
I do. Yeah.
Who am I asking you? You know.
I think the issue was I was watching Avatar 2 last night.
The space
You
whales.
bring Brad in as Get Him Jr.
I don't think so.
Perfect.
No way. He's junior to nobody.
GJ.
Let's see your completed drawings now that you've had time to finish them. Buddhist monk setting up.
That's not bad.
Is that a frowny face? What's going on with the
he's
face?
very upset.
He's very upset and he's on fire.
Anyone on fire would be upset.
Okay. Ray.
This is actually accurate.
Yes.
People don't know those two photographs happened on the same day in the same moment, and the photographer cropped in to capture the Buddhist monk.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, the kiss was
tape
happening.
parade,
So
yep.
this is a blown up shot where you can really see everything
Wide angle.
happening. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. And get him.
I have the Buddhist monk, the gas can,
Yep.
the match that is used to start the fire,
Yep.
and then the flames and like a layer of smoke. That's kind of like almost the car behind him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's up with the Buddhist monk's legs?
He's sitting cross. Is it Indian style? Am I allowed to say Indian style anymore? I'm not
Crisscross
sure.
applesauce.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Crisscross applesauce.
That's
I know.
so much more.
Yeah.
Awesome. Walt, who do you think?
I didn't explain mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, please.
Chuck, go
He's
ahead.
holding the match.
Yep.
He's obviously unhappy.
Yep.
Which, if this was the kiss, that person was happy. So this is
Right.
obviously a very
Well,
different. feeling.
half of the parties were
Yes.
happy.
And he's on fire. And there's only one person in mine. There's only one person in the original picture. There's only one person in
Yep.
mine.
Yeah, because cropping exists.
And I'm not an artist. I'm a psychic.
Got it. Thank you.
You're.
So show Walt the original, please.
He did.
Okay.
Show
He
it.
showed it. He saw it.
It's on the cover of the Rage Against the Machine.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
That's
right?
right.
And my dream journal.
Yes. My dreams are just.
And there is a gas can in the original.
Well, Chuck, you erased and redrew everything, right?
No, this is the same
It's the
guy.
same kiss. Oh,
Same
okay.
guy.
All right.
And I used the hair to be the match.
Get him. I don't remember the gas can being in the picture. Was there one? A gas can? Was there? You can just tell me. yes or
It
no,
all
there
comes
was.
down to the gas
I need to.
can.
Yes.
I just like that there's two people kissing in front of such a horrific image. I love. I just like that whole aspect. It's like night and day. It's like
The human condition.
Yes.
But is it, I'm not trying to argue with the judge, but is the point of trying to get the most accurate picture? Not.
But you are arguing,
I'm
and
just.
that's why
pointing,
you lose.
just pointing out. Okay.
And Ray wins.
Wow. Ray now at 10 points.
Oh,
Chuck still at 1.
well, I think we're doing a really good job of psychically.
Ray loves the
linking
new.
here.
Ray loves the new judge.
We're linking.
I know.
Well, yeah.
That is eerie. Like
Yeah.
the fact that
3 screams. and
two
3
in a row.
kisses.
Now we have one more drawing to do. This one is a cartoon or animated character, some sort of drawn character. So this is not a photograph of a real person. This is a character. Five seconds. Beautiful. All right, let's see your drawings. We'll start with get 'em.
Should have put the squiggly line on his shirt.
Okay,
Ziggy.
that's all right. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Ziggy. Oh, I thought it was Charlie Brown.
No, it's Ziggy. He's in front of the
Still-
complaint desk.
still
It's one of the
have-
most famous. Yeah.
I wish I was taller. Ray, what do you got?
It's not a drawing of Brad. It's Charlie Brown.
Okay, great.
We're still finishing. So
Yes, there's still 5
Yeah.
seconds left after this.
So this is what I've got so far.
Could be anything or anyone.
Is that I'm not supposed to. Not finished.
Not
Okay.
finished. You have
All right.
5 seconds left, and of
Okay.
course, the cartoon or animated character I was thinking of, Voltron. So 5 seconds. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Duh. Thank you. Pencils down, so to speak. So let's see your Voltron pictures.
wearing his shirt.
Is that Huckleberry Hound?
No.
It's a cool dog.
Get him. Why don't you go first on this?
You got the Voltron legs, which is red lion. Blue lion and red lion with the legs.
I think so.
Green island and green and blue were the arms. Yes, and he'll form the head.
Yep.
Okay. The thrusters go interlocks.
Yep. Form blazing sword.
And they have to form. I did do the blazing sword.
Good. Perfect.
I didn't do a Robeast though.
Yeah. Ray.
This is Voltron in his human form.
Okay.
And he doesn't know how to make limbs yet.
Yep.
Because he's just a big block head.
Just the block line,
and he's clearly Voltron.
Right.
Because his
labeled.
shirt says Voltron.
Yep.
So I don't know how you couldn't see it as Voltron.
All right. I'm with you. Thank you.
Clearly, a lot of squares and hard angles, which are characteristics of robots.
Yep.
And Voltron has a lot of hard angles and squares.
Yep.
That's where he sees out of, and his legs are down there.
All right. Thank you. Walt, which is the closest to Voltron?
I think the addition of the blazing sword saved you.
Oh, thank you.
And if anybody else had put a blazing sword, it would have made it much more difficult. But I think I got to go get him.
That
What
one.
if I told you there was a blazing sword on the back of his shirt?
It is now 10-8 to 1. We have another mystery box. This mystery box, 3 points.
Brought to you.
Oh, no.
This mystery box brought to you by. Oh yeah, you can do sponsorship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's brought to you.
It's
It's
upside
upside
down.
down.
This is a very small, you can hear it moving around in there. Mystery box 3.
Brought to you by peanut allergies. Be careful out there.
Yeah.
Peanut allergies.
Delicious. Mystery box 3, I'm thinking of what is in here. I am thinking of what is in mystery box 3. Everyone is going to write down what they think is in mystery box 3. And then we're going to see who is the closest. This one is taped much more severely than the other ones because I covered up what the initial box was.
Pocket knife.
No, I'll be all right. I'll be all
You'll be
right.
all right.
We'll figure it out.
I hate what I wrote.
Let's see your answers. Ray, you wrote something down, then added something at the end or crossed something out.
Show it first?
Nope, I want to see the answers first.
Okay.
So I forgot to cross out my original.
That's fine.
I originally said Lego minifigure.
Uh-huh.
And I felt good about it until I finished writing and immediately hated it.
Yep.
And what I really wanted to write was cinnamon.
Yep.
For some weird reason, I
Okay.
wanted to write cinnamon.
So is cinnamon your answer?
Cinnamon is my answer.
Thank you. Because there are two things that are very different. I get it. Chuck, what do you got?
I was getting energy and some kind of collected energy.
Yep.
So, and I figured it had to fit in that box, so
Yep.
I went with battery.
Understandable. Thank you. Get him.
I wrote watch.
All right. Let's reveal what is in this tiny box. It is a Lego minifigure
Named Cinnamon.
Named Cinnamon, yes.
of Professor X. It is a Lego minifigure.
So hold on, what is he
Is that
on?
officially that's not officially licensed.
What is Professor X on?
Wheelchair.
He's-
Wheelchair.
A wheelchair powered by battery.
His
Okay.
no, his mind.
His mind.
there is a battery. I
No,
mean, it's not a battery. It's a.
Man, it looks like a pretty. I think it's a battery.
All right.
Okay.
Make your arguments, Ray. Tell us how Cinnamon is close to Professor X.
Cinnamon is, in my house, what my son and I refer to Lego minifigures.
Yes.
And I had it. I really did have it. If I get the point, great, because I nailed it. But if I don't, I understand because I screwed myself.
Yep. I even gave you a chance to stay with it. I was like, "Are you sure that's your answer?" Are you? Chuck, talk to me about a battery and Professor X.
Well, like I said, I got collected energy, and I don't know if that came from his battery-powered wheelchair.
Okay, again,
and I
I'm
wrote
not sure if it's
battery for
battery-powered,
it.
yep.
Maybe it was his actual mental energy.
Yep.
In the figure, of course.
Yep.
But that's what I got.
Thank you. Watch.
I think I was confusing superheroes. Instead of Professor X, I was thinking of Dr. Manhattan, which in the I don't know if you've ever read the Watchmen novel.
Yep.
His father was a watchmaker and
Yep.
watch repairer, and he was trying to follow in his footsteps until the discovery of the atomic bomb.
Yep.
Yes.
Great.
So I was thinking of a psychic character who's bald. Yes.
Okay.
And radiated a aura.
Less nudity with Professor X.
Well, you haven't looked at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walt,
Unfortunately,
who is
right?
the closest? Yes, who is the closest to? Who is the closest to a Lego minifigure of Professor X?
Now, if I was playing in this game, and someone threw up 2 answers, and really no one batted annihilation, no one fucking flipped out and flipped the table, and the fact that none of you guys were so cordial,
because we were kind of if we engaged in a little bit of a tete-a-tete with the judge, we were smacked down before, so we're a little wary about losing points.
The judge was not involved at all in that process right there when you guys are finalizing the answers, and you allowed him to put into my brain 2 answers, one of which being fucking dead on, and no one objected, and no one said we got to throw this round out. No one said we have to start over, and that is on you guys.
Again,
Ray wins.
we were instructed by the judge not to argue
I
with the
didn't
judge.
instruct nothing. I
Yes,
kept
you
my
did.
mouth shut. If you guys are going to be that polite,
Can we go back to where the judge said don't argue with the
if you
judge?
want to win, and then you should have told him, throw that minifigure out and start over. The fact he threw 2 answers out is both cheating and fucking brilliant. You got 2 fucking bites at the apple,
I was just all right.
Yep.
and nobody objected. Everybody was just like,
we were told, we were yelled
Well,
at.
Brad asked him, "Do you have one answer? Is that your final answer?" And Ray said yes. So I thought it was going to be a fair
"No, but you
partisan
can't
thing.
I can't unsee that. It's like
Right,
something to a
right.
jury.
You can't unring the bell.
You know. I
right.
saw that guy. You know that video you saw of my client killing that man? Well, you can't use that against him.
If we were being like real sticklers on everything, if it makes you guys feel better, my first answer was Lego minifigure, and I put the board down and said, "Oh, I don't like my answer anymore." And then you said, "Oh, you have time."
Yep.
You know what I mean? So the initial thing was I had let go and been like, "Okay, that's it."
When you
know what I
flipped it
mean?
back over and I saw a Lego minifigure
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it, I almost fainted. Because I'm like, how many times is this going to happen?
He
today?
went up to a 5.5
Yeah.
on that one.
I was going to say, that's almost fainting. He just, his eyelids fluttered a little bit.
I have to play it cool. I'm the host.
I believe the Lego minifigurine answer is fruits of the poisonous tree, and I will argue that before the Supreme Court.
All right.
Oh, your time for arguing is long past. You sat there like a chump and let him throw 2
Nope.
answers out.
The rules were in place.
It is 13 to 8 to 1. However, this last triple category is somehow worth 15 points.
What?
Anyone can win. I just want to give Chuck a chance to win.
That's how this is going to
how it
play
works.
out.
I want to give everyone a chance to win.
Yeah.
Psychics are fair.
So for this final round, you are going to write down 3 things. I'm going to think of a movie, and you are going to write down a word that describes the atmosphere of the movie. You are going to write down a year associated with the movie in some form or fashion, and you are going to write down a first name associated with the movie in some form or fashion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Atmosphere, year, first name. All right. So now I am thinking of the movie. I am broadcasting it on a 15-point scale. Do you want the answers, then the title, or do you want the title, then the answers?
I think title.
All right.
Yeah.
So the movie I was thinking of is Steel Magnolias. Steel Magnolias. Ray, what did you get for atmosphere, year associated with the film?
God, judge has never seen
Steel
it.
Magnolias. I have the atmosphere being bright.
Yes. Famously bright.
I have the year being 1996. And I have the name being Chris.
Okay. Do you want to argue your case to the judge now, or do we want to wait for Chuck and get him to
I think we
present?
do it like we've been
Sure.
doing it.
All right.
Yeah, and
Chuck.
everybody goes through.
Steel Magnolias, atmosphere,
Atmosphere.
year, and name.
Happy, cheery, and bright. Okay, which is
That's fine.
it's part of
Yep.
part of where it starts. 1978, which is the year that the writer of that movie was born.
Okay, yep.
And I believe that Tom Cruise was a star of Steel Magnolias.
Sure. We'll get to that. Thank you.
Is that true?
I mean, we'll get to it
Okay.
when you argue in front of the judge.
After the argument,
Yeah.
Okay.
Get him. What do you got?
I wrote Western,
Uh-huh.
1800s, and Butch.
Please make your 15-point case for
Thank you
Steel
for coming, get him. Thank you for playing the game.
Please make your 15-point case for Steel Magnolias.
I think Bright. What I was getting is most of it is shot during their daytime sequences, and that's really what I was pulling from.
Got it.
1996. I'm so bad with the year that the movies come out, and I think it's 1996. Steel Magnolias, 96. I could swear. Oh, maybe I guess I don't know. I could have sworn it was 96. And then obviously Chris is is the nickname that people gave the co-star, the supporting actress.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was her actual name though? Just
People just call her Chris. I'm a psychic. I'm not IMDb. Thank you very much.
thank you. Chuck, make your argument, please.
Well, similar to Ray, Happy, Cheery, and Bright is the daytime. It has been filmed in the day, and that kind of is a juxtaposition to obviously the story of the movie. Obviously, 1978, like I said, is the year that the screenwriter was born. And then Tom is actually my favorite character in the movie. He's not on screen that much.
No.
But if you watch the credits, Tom is he just kind of embodies the audience because he's not there to talk as much as the main characters.
Got it. Thank you. Gitem. Tell me about Steel Magnolias, how it represents a Western, the 1800s.
I was thinking of a cardinal direction, and I got Western when I meant Southern, which it's understandable.
Yeah, of course, they're next to each other.
Yes.
The South and the West.
I was off by a couple of degrees. Just as in 1800s, I was thinking 88. Eights was stuck in my head. And not many people know, but Olympia Dukakis' nickname in college was Butch.
Okay.
Because she played sports.
Convincing arguments. The movie actually, I believe it came out in 88. Or was filmed in it came out in 89. It was filmed in 88, came out in 89.
Oh, I think it's because I saw it in 96.
Yeah, possible. Co-star Julia Roberts, not often known as Chris, as far as I know.
Well, I've met her brother, and he referred to her as Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, of course, not in it. However, Tom Skerritt was in it.
Tom Skerritt.
Played Drum Eatonton.
That's my favorite character.
Not really sure about Western or the 1800s. But yeah, filmed in 88, came out in 89, award season in the 90s. Really stretch on most of those names. But Steel Magnolias, I intentionally went against type where I'm like, Die Hard. I'm like, no. Got to switch it. Got to go with a movie that I wouldn't normally be associated with.
But you have like Olympia Dukakis' high school nickname in there, right?
Let me check her IMDb page.
Yeah.
I guess I can't prove that it wasn't Butch.
Okay.
She's also never been in my kitchen. Cheers.
Again,
you know what? Let me look up and see if the screenwriter was 9 years old when the script was sold. Or if it was.
Now, your specific directions going into this were they had to write 3 words, right?
3 things.
Well, atmosphere.
Yeah.
Okay,
atmosphere,
so
year,
again,
and name.
like you guys allowed Chuck to write 3 words for his atmosphere, and nobody said anything. And I've never seen Steel Magnolias, but I bet you it's bright.
It's definitely not cheery.
I believe it's not someone dying of
cheery, though,
I believe it's not someone dying of cancer.
It is neither happy nor cheery.
Is a Cher in this?
No,
No.
that's moonlighting.
Because I was going to say Chris is close to Cher, and I would have given it to you if it was Cher was in it.
I should have said.
96 is closer. No, wait a minute.
96 is closer
It's
to
close-
88 than
than
78.
78.
Is. Yep.
So you bright, and you both got bright.
But I specifically didn't do like cheery or happy or anything because Steel Magnolias there's not a lot of nighttime scenes in it. It is all daytime scenes.
And Chris and
It starts bright and cheery, and then the story happens.
But it
Any
does take place
connection?
in the South.
any connection
Southern.
to Tom?
Yeah, there is an actor
There's
named
an
Tom
actor named Tom Skerritt
in the movie.
in the movie.
Anything named Chris in the movie? Any actors?
I'm scrolling through here. Truvy, Anel, Drum, Spud, Jackson, Sammy, Owen,
Butch.
Any Butch?
Tommy, Jonathan, Bell.
Oh, two
Nancy
Toms. There's 2 Toms in it, right?
There's a character named Tom, Tommy Eatonton.
So there's a character named Tom and an actor named Tom.
Tom.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yep.
That is interesting.
But no Chris.
And
right?
it's a famously cheerful, happy film.
It starts out that way until the
Does it have a happy ending?
No.
No.
Until the conflict. So it is happy.
Well, the cancer
Until
wins.
conflict.
The cancer wins.
But it's happy before that happens. This is the opening scene I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that first 30 seconds before the doctor goes, listen.
It's like the first 5 minutes of Up versus the first 6
listen,
minutes of Up.
Listen, every movie has an opening sequence where they show the world as it is.
Do we know? Do we know what this movie is about? Let me read you.
They have an opening sequence where they show the world as it is, and then a change happens that causes a conflict. So
That's
the beginning
any
of the
movie.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
So happy, cheery,
And then
bright.
shots show a progression.
Here we go.
Exactly. So the start of the movie would be happy, cheery, and bright, and then go to the conflict.
Saving Private Ryan?
Starts happy. Well, they know because they saved
you're
it.
German.
They saved Private Ryan, so it starts very.
And it's a great happy ending. The Allies win.
I mean, the Allies were, yes, but
They saved Private Ryan.
Tom Hanks.
And all his brothers die.
You know, he
They
doesn't
saved-
fare well.
they
The
saved-
brothers die. And,
It
you
is
know.
a happy ending, and
People
it
are
starts
walking around
stark. That's
holding
how
their
movies
other
are.
arms.
Guys, pivoting around the lively Truvy Jones's
Lively.
Louisiana beauty parlor.
Lively.
Type-
He just said, hold on, say that again. Say that sentence again.
Yeah, pivoting around the lively Truvy Jones. So,
Oh, that sounds happy and cheery.
well,
Lively.
Truvy Jones, played by Dolly Parton, lively.
All right.
A tightly knit band of friends confront griefs, loss, life's unforeseen tragedies, and heartaches.
Yep.
Lively. It says pivoting around a
Oh,
lively.
you know what I was thinking?
And I
I
believe
was
Barbara
thinking
Walters-
of the famous scene, drink the juice, Shelby, and I was hearing Chris when I heard juice.
I
The
got two
spirited diabetic and bride-to-be, Shelby, her always supportive mother, Malin, Truvy's gawky assistant, Annelle, the city's curmudgeon,
Brad.
Oozer, and the town's former first lady, Clary, are the warm Southern belles who know how to survive life's challenges with their unwavering friendship.
So it says
But-
warm and lively.
When Shelby, it also said, griefs, loss, life's unforeseen tragedies, and heartaches.
Death.
But when Shelby decides to conceive, things will turn upside down.
And I believe Barbara Walters did refer to Dolly Parton as Butch in that interview where she defames her.
I think we got to throw out both of their top answers, Bright and Bright.
Similar.
And then we just focus in on 1996, 1978, Chris and Tom. What year is closest to the year of the movie's release?
1996.
His
Okay.
is 7
But he
years.
has two Toms.
Yes.
I mean, a Tom and a Tommy, so. Will Chuck
It's
win?
2-1. Chuck has two more hits
I'm just going to give up.
than you have,
Sure,
right?
and,
He does.
and two more dings, but you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Lego. You really can't.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna take it, you're gonna
Sure.
take your points when you
Yeah.
cheat before.
Well, see, now you can't argue with the judge.
I'll take the 15-point one.
I gotta go, Chuck.
All right.
In this final round, Chuck, who exhibited almost no psychic behavior until the final
Wow.
round.
We're talking cheeseburger.
We did it, Chuck. We played until you won.
Thank you all for joining us on
First official psychic.
this pilot episode. A lot to figure out.
He is going to take your diploma.
I cannot wait till the government anally probes you.
What was the prize?
The prize is, of course.
The chocolate bunny.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yes.
So Chuck wins
Yeah.
this giant chocolate bunny with questionable eyes.
And that victory
And
is
it's
like
hollow.
that milk chocolate.
It's hollow. Yes.
Yeah. Look at that.
Is that made by that company that just
Guys-
blew up down in Pennsylvania?
You guys did a real cute job. And I appreciate you for being here, whatever.
I think there should be a slightly smaller bunny for Verzar Nicholas. I think.
You know what? I'll give you an ear.
Ooh.
Yeah.
thank you so much to Walt.
I'm sure you know what I'm thinking about you right now, Chuck. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And viewer, listener, thank you so much for watching
Yes.
and enjoying and listening and enjoying. As usual, Brad will tell us about our social medias and our emails. But I do want to say a quick special thing. If anyone is missing a loved one, or someone has been caught for the murder of a loved one but refuses to tell them where the body is hidden, reach out to us because we've got a bona fide psychic right here.
Yep.
I just want to give a special thanks to Walt for calling it straight down the middle. I've never seen such an even judging.
No nonsense.
Yeah, no bias.
Just
Yeah.
give me my rice-a-roni. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I think my only qualm with this is that I don't think the final question should be worth the whole game. I think that's my only qualm.
I tend to agree. I just wanted people to stay tuned in, to stay invested.
But isn't that what Jeopardy is? Because you can go all in.
I would have wagered 0.
That's true.
Yeah.
Clever
Yeah.
man.
I wanted there to be, truthfully, I was like, 5 points, and then it's tied. I didn't have a tiebreaker ready.
Yeah.
Thank you to Walt and Gitem for being here with
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you
Thank you to all the
sincerely.
fun
Absolutely.
bears who stuck with us through this unique episode. And, thank you to just the emanations coming from the minds of those around us.
We're going to cleanse the office afterwards. A little sage.
A lot of sage.
Sage smudge. Yeah.
Social media at FUNBEARABLEPOD. You guys have social at in my mind. It's
I'm at Get 'em Steve Dave on
Everything.
everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Perfect. Check them out. Check out Tell 'em Steve Dave as a podcast. Join their Patreon. They'd be delighted to have you join them. So thank you all so much for being with us today.
I'm seeing you about to say we're sorry for being fun bearable.
I was going to say we're sorry for being fun bearable.
But he didn't write it down.
Thank you all so much.
You didn't even say it.
No,
I did say it.
You can change it.
The future is mutable.
Awesome.
We're sorry for being
Well,
fun
thank you
bearable.
guys for-